Okay, so I'm finished grinding the eggshells, and I do let them sit there just a little while, because if you take this lid off right away, powder will just come flying out. It looks like smoke, and you don't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it. Let's see if it's settled. Yeah, you can see a little bit there. And here's what it looks like. Take my lid blade out, and it's ground up fine. I'll pour a little in here so you can see. Here's a jar that I have that already has some in it. I'll let you see how it pours. You can see it does kind of put up a little smoke here, a little powder. There you go. Just add it to my jar. So I've got a jar full of ground up eggshells. And anytime, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, but anytime I send anything wet out to my hens, like leftover rice or leftover oatmeal or something like that, I always reach in and sprinkle some of those ground up eggshells on the wet stuff and send it out to my little hens. I only have 3, and they eat it up and they love it. And I don't have to buy any supplemental calcium to harden their eggshells. I just feed their own eggshells right back to them, but I do grind it up fine so that it's not hard on them. You may not have to. I know people that just throw the eggshells back to them, but I just don't like doing that, so I keep it like this. I'll tell you one other thing. You can use eggshells and lemon juice to make your own calcium citrate that you can actually ingest yourself. And I've studied it because I want to know how to take care of my family if traditional medicines or drugs are not available. And if I should run out of milk powder, I want to be able to provide calcium to my growing daughter. And one of the things I would do would be to rinse out the eggshells like you saw them before. Even these technically would work. You could put them in a little cup and then cover them with lemon juice, preferably fresh lemon juice. You could also use vinegar if you had to. And you could see the shells bubble. They begin to bubble, and that acid begins to break down the calcium that's in the eggshells. You can let them sit for up to about 18 hours like that. And then you would want to remove the eggshells or pour the vinegar or lemon juice off. And then you can take a teaspoon of that a day, and it would supplement your calcium. Now, calcium citrate is the most digestible of the calciums. And also, when you do that, it doesn't taste like you're swallowing a lemon juice or vinegar. Something interesting happens to it as it breaks down that calcium, much like a Tums would do to the acid in your stomach. If you had acid indigestion, you took a Tums or any other kind of antacid, that's calcium, and it neutralizes the acid. So when you if you were to take a teaspoon of that mixture that you had made, it's not unpleasant at all because the acid has been neutralized by the calcium. Anyway, for sure, it's good for chickens. For an emergency, I would definitely use it on my family. I would make my own calcium citrate to supplement our calcium. Hope this helps, and hope you can find use for it, and if not, that it might be a springboard for you to think of other things you can do. This is Cat's Cradle. Talk to you later.